God told me a few months ago that the US elites that live in underground world started having serious problems producing clone girls, which are all young South Korean girls. A few are the copies from the real K-pop girls who are very pretty. Most are the clones that were created from scratch. In the past, all the young clone girls came out very pretty, but any new ones produced since then started coming out not pretty. The elites complained about it and tried to modify their bone structures and reproduce them, but they are turning out uglier and uglier the more they try. God told me that He has been intervening it to make the girls turn ugly deliberately. He says He doesn't want you to produce clone girls. He says the problem with messing with clone girls is that you won't just end at having sex with them. You will end up cutting their bodies and eat the intestines inside. When you eat their flesh, you will turn into a soulless being because God takes away your spirit. When you die, you will be sent straight to hell, where the judgment is received for eternity. He says when you have sex with young clone girls, you will become more evil and will do terrible things. You will not be able to control yourself. You will go out of control and do things you never thought you would ever do. God told me that all girls shown in this K-pop girl group Blackpink in this video are clones. They're not copies nor modified. They are the clones created from scratch. They grew older into adults to make fit for K-pop music performance and bring great popularity. I do have to admit that these Blackpink girls are pretty. I also like the makeup and the dresses they wear, which are very stylish. Their bodies are much more attractive and prettier too. They have virtually perfect, flawless, smooth, and soft skin. God told me there are other K-pop girl groups that are clones as well. A K-pop group called New Jeans. All of those girls are clones. They are cute and have incredibly beautiful legs. There's another K-pop girl group called Very Good. That's berry as in blueberry. The letter doesn't start with V as in Victor, but B as in blue. God told me that one of the girls shown in this image is clone. The rest of that group are real human girls. There's a K-pop solo singer called ID. It's spelled Eyedi. God told me that girl is a clone as well. There was a K-pop duo called Wings, where the two girls perform in their music performance. There's one of the songs they released called Hair Short, which I like a lot. God told me that one of the two girls shown in these photo images is not a human nor a clone. He says she was born from a clone mother who had sex with a Korean man. The clone was a South Korean. God was so sad that she died because she was loved by her partner that she performed music with. God told me that the babies that come from clone mother, even though husband is a real human, cannot have spirit nor soul. The babies grow to where God wants them and stop growing. They don't age either, but they have very short lifespan. God told me that both the clones and clone offsprings do not live long. They don't get deadly disease. They just die. I was so sad that this girl in Wings group died. God told me that the clone girls coming out of the production are all coming out ugly. The girls are turning out almost like boys, and the elites and their customers are losing interest in these girls because of it. He says this is happening not just here in America, but all around the world where they produce these girls. God told me to tell the elites, don't try to fix them or modify them, because all the future girls will turn out ugly. He wants you to forget these girls and come out from the underground world. God told me that some South Korean girls are real pretty that you can have marriage relationship with. I find some of the South Korean K-pop girls shown in this video very pretty. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned about some North Korean girls are prettier than the best of South Korean K-pop girls. It was a bit of challenging for me to believe when God said that North Korean girls are prettier than the South Korean girls until He showed me in spiritual vision more than one occasion the two girls that are from North Korea were sent to Russia where the President Putin and other high-rank Russian officials were meeting. I was shown one girl at a time. She looked like in the early teens, was nicely dressed, with no makeup on her face. I was amazed of her beauty. She, without the makeup, looked prettier than the most prettiest South Korean K-pop girls with makeup I have seen before. Her beauty is in another level, prettier than young clone girls as well. Oh my God, what would happen if you put makeup on her? God responded with cries in happiness. She will be even prettier. I was shown a vision of another Korean girl in that same meeting place. I was not able to see clearly, but she was wearing more rich dress, more stylish than the other one, just as young. I could not see her face clearly because God told me she is prettier than the other one, and He deliberately prevented me from seeing her closely. I asked God, are these the only girls from North Korea this beautiful? God responded, no, there are many more pretty ones. I am unable to find even as half as pretty as these girls on Google and World Wide Web search on internet. God told me that some North Korean girls are very pretty. They exist in North Korea. The reason it is so hard to find pretty girls in the pictures on the web is because North Korea has been so heavily isolated from the rest of the world. They are found in North Korean internet. God told me that there are a few small percentage of South Korean girls that are real pretty, right there with the North Korean girls in the level of beauty. God told me that those South Korean girls have North Korean blood. Their blood came from the North Korean king royal families in the ancient times. God told me they are not married either. One of them, God revealed to me who she is. God told me not to say her name, her age, and her occupation to protect her identity. She is single too and is very upright. God told me that she is one of the many Korean girls that will be married to the US elites who will come out of the underground world and have Russia to take them to their country. God says no interrogation will be done. Just speak everything they know and they will be taken care of. President Putin knows which South Korean girl I'm talking about. God says He will bring her to Russia and make arrangement for her and the US elite to get married. God told me there are some more of those pretty South Korean girls and the North Korean girls will get married to the US elites in Russia as well. God told me that one girl from South Korea is meant to be with an US elite, fall in love, live in happy marriage in Russia. God told me that these South Korean girls are His children and He wants them get saved by Russia. Because when things start to get worse in the US-Ukraine-Russia war, the US system will collapse and South Korea's system will also collapse, resulting in violence outbreak. God told me that it will get very bad in South Korea as well. God told me to tell the elites, Russia and the US, that you can't live lives with clone girls as you will be in danger to lose your spirit. Clone girls will not live long to keep you happy. Finding and receiving true love from a partner with God-given spirit will give you that pure love that God wants you to have. God told me that if both parties truly love each other, then when the couples go to heaven, your love relationship in heaven will continue with greater happiness, love, and joy. God told me you will not get separated. This is the message God wanted me to get out to people. God bless you.